Hello, good morning. It's your favorite neighborhood nerd, Simone, and I am here to show you what is on my desk today. The cool thing is that I actually cleaned it yesterday. I received an amazing comment on Instagram when I talked about my constantly messy desk and how this never happened when I was working on the dining room table. And the person said, cleaning the desk at the end of a crafty session or at the end of the day is an act of self-care and self-love. And maybe at the dining room table, you didn't do it just for yourself, but you deserve to give yourself the gift of a clean desk, and that just resonated with me. So I'm gonna show you how clean my desk is this morning, and then we're gonna start. I'm standing right in the door to my studio. I painted it in gray blue, and then here's my desk. As you can see, it is ready to be worked on. I think a big thing that I didn't anticipate in the old space was the high shelving made the room very, very intimidating and looking very disorganized. So I used these ones that were in the closet, put them out here, put my standing desk shelf right there. I still have some boxes to go through. And then I painted one of the walls in a really dark blue and put some contrast right in front of it. Yes, I know the yellows are not the same. I don't care. I still love the way it looks. The chair is the only thing that's new. I'm gonna make this shelf my knitting shelf, and yeah, so let me turn around. So I have two chairs. I'm trying both of them and deciding which one I want to keep. And then here is the closet, and I took the original rod and all the shelving, which is only one. I don't understand why closets look like that. But yeah, I took it out and put two of the big tall shelves in here. And I just dumped everything onto those shelves. So yes, as I said, none of this is actually in the correct space yet. What I'm going to do is, let me turn the camera again. I am focusing on getting everything that I'm using on a regular basis into the drawers and onto the cart so that I have it easily accessible, but also I can clean my desk very easily of the things that I use most frequently, so that I'm not putting things here and then it's too much work to put them away. So that's what I'm focusing on. And then once I'm done with all of this, I know what else I need to put away and how frequently I use it. And then I will, let me move very slowly back over here. I will move those shelves around. I will move the stuff on the shelves around so that it's so set up that I can reach it best. Shelves over here, under the desk, the standing desk, I want to have stuff that I'm not reaching for very often because it was super messy in the old space. So I put children's book series here that I purchased and collected, and so it goes halfway through the shelf, and then some art books underneath. I think that's a good idea. So we'll see how that develops. And the bottom shelf is all of my Project Life and scrapbooking stuff that I did. And these two boxes, I still have to sort. There's lots of stuff that I want to put on the walls. I really want to decorate the walls. I now have the wall space. That's another thing that I didn't really have in the old space. and I want to hang up some stuff. So that's still in those boxes. And I made, when I put stuff on the shelves, because it felt so overwhelming, I have so much stuff. Oh my God, way too much. I put everything that I want to go through and see if I want to keep it or what I want to do with it into one bin. And then this is stuff from the cart and wall stuff that needs to go up. So yeah, it's a process. It's not going to be done tomorrow, but also it now feels manageable, where at the beginning of the week, it did not feel manageable at all. Look who is here. It's Jelly. So I'm going to set up the camera and then we're going to turn to the desk mode. I have a project that I really want to get going. So that's what we're working on today. Oh, someone needs some scratches. So what I want to do, what I've talked about forever and what is going to happen today. As you all know, I have a Ko-fi. That's why you're watching this early. And the biggest supporter tier gets a physical product, not just the gold tier, but the silver tier as well. They get stickers. However, I make something specifically for them every quarter, and this quarter it's going to be the challenge projects cards that I've been meaning to make since last October. So I need cards with numbers of them. I decided to make numbers from 1 to 10 so that I can send one original to each one of them, and then I'm going to scan them and print them on cardstock to supply them with a whole set of 1 to 10. And I've always wondered, so what do I want to do as a card? How is that going to look? And when I stumbled across these, I thought, this is the perfect thing that I want to do. I want to do these circles with inks. Now, I don't remember how I made them, but I also need to get the number on them. And so I pulled out, I don't think I have all the supplies yet, so I need to stop the video again. But I pulled out my brush and my brass dip nib from Kakimori, so I can write numbers on them. These are just examples. These are not the ones that I'm going to include, because I don't know, but this is a different color than that one. Not sure you can see that. I also, Joanne is doing liquidation sales right now, and I didn't want to go there because I didn't think I need anything, but I could actually stock up on some mixed media paper. So I'm going to do that today. I'm planning a shopping trip anyway, so I can go there and stock up on some paper if they still have some in my local store. I think I did this with a glass bottle, but I wouldn't know what small if I still have some. So I'm going to go into my kitchen and check. I found these plastic cups that Wendy Sue sent me, so I'm going to try how this works. If it works with these first, I brought some samples out that are either empty or I don't want to keep. And I find the amount of ink that is in here too little to pass along. So these are going to be used. Maybe I'm going to use some shimmer inks. I do have bottles in my stash that I could use too. That's the plan. So I have cut an 11 by 14 sheet of mixed media paper into 2 by 4 pieces. And that yields quite a bit of cards. So I don't only have 10. Oh, and the reason why I'm going to make 10, because then you can use a 10 dies or a 6, a regular 6 sided dice to roll the dice. And so what is going to happen is I am going to send these to my Ko-fi supporters. I'm going to send a list of challenges that they could put on the back. I will include a little teeny tiny mini post-it note, and then I'm going to show you at the end of this video how I imagine them to be used. I wonder if I used this, possibly. It's the exact circle shape. I'm gonna check for my black one. I have a piece of test paper, so we can just go ahead and try. There is a water brush. Oh, I also need my squiggly thing. And for some reason, something is off with my setup because my camera is shaking now and it didn't used to do that before. Here. Let's try this. I think what I did was I put this in here, filled a pen with the ink, and then I just dumped it on there, maybe, possibly, but we'll see what happens when I use it like that. Oh, my cat is going to... I have a visitor. I actually have two, as you know, but this is Judith right here. She's right there, and she's drinking from my water. Luckily, it's fresh. Otherwise, I wouldn't allow it. Do I like this? I'm not sure, actually. Let's pump it this way. Should I just do splotches? What do you think? So now the idea was, and what if this vision in my head is not coming along? Oh, I wanted to do it that way. Another idea I had was to just use this and make a huge number 1 on there and then fill it in. Do we like that better? Do you like that better? Do I like that better? Maybe I should just do different options. This is number 1 and 2. Maybe I'm just going to make both and then see what happens. Okay, I guess I need to cut more paper. Yeah, I guess that's what I'm going to do then. So, hold on. I wanted to try this too. No, let's see. What if another option would be to no me gusta. No, I don't like this. Okay, clean it off. Okay, nothing. So let me just blow this around because I had another idea of, wow, F. You know, this is my only video for today, and I am just going to live with my mess here. I'm not sure what it is, but I think I like my number one most. So if I take this from here and then go here. No, this is not how this worked at all. I'm gonna go and see if I can find a glass to try this. I will be back. And yeah, so I do like how this looks, I think. Do I? It's definitely different than this, but it's the same circle, so I will see you in a minute. Let's see what the glass does. Well, okay. Is there still something in there? The question is, how do I clean this? Okay, glass is the option. What a mess. What a mess. Okay. So, I guess that's what we're going to do. I need some more paper because I can't work on this now. This I'm going to put aside for cleaning, and then I'm going to, so this is empty now, I think. So I can put this to the side as well. I guess I need some kind of bowl thingy where I can put all the used stuff inside. So let's move along and make number one, an actual number one. Now I'm scared because this just went so wrong. Well, maybe it didn't because I learned something, right? What is this? This is Scribo Verde Mediterraneo. Oh, am I doing the number first? I think so. Am I using this first? I think so. Is there even stuff left? Yeah, there is some ink left. So this is and I want this to be whimsical and not look like a professional made this. So we need some water too. Katze, move away. Do we want some ink droplets on here? What do you think? Wow. So what I did forget is to round the corners, because I actually think that I want to go around the edge, because I think I like that. So let me go and outline this, because that's apparently how we do this now, or I do this now. I want to make those cards so that I can help others do the same as I do. And what I am doing is I am challenging myself to do the things that I'm afraid of, like these cards. And I want to use sticky notes on the back to just put things on there that have been on my mind for a while, and I know that I want to do them, but maybe I think I'm not good enough, or maybe I think it's too complicated, or maybe I'm just not, I think I'm not ready yet. But I know too that if I don't just jump right in and do it, I won't. And so what I'm hoping these cards will do is that you take them, you put those challenges that you've been meaning to do for a while on there, and then you have a spare moment. So that's one way you can use it. You block, maybe on Sunday, you block an hour for that kind of project. Then you roll the dice, then you pull the number, and on the back of that card, you find the project that you're working on, even if it's the one that you're most scared of. So that's one option. You could also do this and decide that you're finding yourself doom scrolling 10-minute, like you have a 10-minute window, you don't really know what to do, or a 15-minute window, you don't really know what to do. So what you could put there as well is you could put little teeny tiny 10-minute things that you could do. I mean, you could even use them for cleaning or so. But let's stick to hobby stuff. But for instance, you could decide you ink a pen, or you swatch an ink. Stuff that doesn't really take that long, or you write a postcard to a friend. Stuff that doesn't take long, but in the moment when you have the time, you choose to ignore that window because you tell yourself, oh, I don't know what I could do. And so you make a habit of rolling the dice in those 10-minute things and do one of the projects on the back. So instead of using your Post-its to put the 1-hour challenges there that you've been afraid of doing, you put those 10-minute things there. Another thing that you could do is you have different types of hobbies, and you have a hard time deciding what you're working on today because maybe one is less intense, one is doesn't take a lot of time, but you want to mix it up. Like for me, that would be knitting and crocheting and sewing, maybe baking even. And so you, at the beginning of the weekend, Friday afternoon, you go and you roll the dice, and then you know what your weekend is going to look like, because you are now this is your baking weekend, or this is your sewing weekend. You know what I mean? that's another option that you can do. And do we care if this is, no, this is art. So this is what it looks like. Okay, so now I want to frame this, and I think I want to use my dip nib again. Is this clean? Do we know if this is clean? You know what? Now that I'm up here, I don't have access to the kitchen as much anymore. Are we afraid? So I'm dunking this, what is that called? This ink miser into my glass and just rinsing it out there. This is a messy thing, so I'm just going to put this in here because I want to have better access to this. So I'm going around here. Yeah, so, and by maybe rolling the dice on a Friday morning, for instance, even, and you have baking on your list, you could then decide, if you're working like me, what you want to make, if you need any more supplies, if you need to prepare something. That could be a thing, right? So that's what I want these cards to look like, to be for you. To help you be creative, to decide on what you want to do. That's what it's for. I'm not sure if that's how it's going to go and if that's what you're using it for, but that's the intention of why I am making these. So I need the glass. Oh, okay. So let's see how this is going to work. I'm not sure if I have enough to say for like 10 cards. Ooh, see? It must have been an ink bottle, but I don't know. Did I throw them all away? Stupid. I should have known that I could use this for something. So now I need a drop of, oh, well, maybe. Okay, so I'm looking to see what is happening when I'm doing. Why is this not moving? Moving. Move. Sometimes I question, I wonder if I'm just not, oh, you know what I could do? Add more ink. I'm too stupid to use this thing here. Okay, need help here. Where are we going to put the two? I think we're going to put this right in here. Ugh, now the question comes apparent. Two. Oh, I didn't make a one, right? I'm so stupid. No, I'm not. So maybe what I can do too is write down two is scribble. Verde Mediterraneo. And now I need to rinse the stuff. All right, so I have a problem. And my problem is that I am wondering if you are noticing a difference in how my video is compared to the one before this, specifically the snippets from my desk video. I have the feeling that my arm is shaking more right now than it did before I moved. I did not change anything about my desk, but every time I start moving, it starts shaking. So either I'm just noticing it right now and I haven't noticed it before, but it was there, or it is a thing that's happening and that I need to pay attention to. Oh, you know what I found? I found that I actually have the laundry room across the hallway from me. Hallway. Oh my gosh, that sounds like we live in a big mansion. It's a tiny hallway. And there is a big sink in there that is actually perfect for cleaning my stuff. Duh. So I'll be back in a second. Also wondering if I shouldn't just cut this out and make this my number 1 card and then a part of this thing, or even this. The only thing I don't have anymore is I think I don't have any more ink to write a number 1. Maybe I can fumble something together. I don't know. Let me know. Oh, my cat. Not sure yet. But I think I pulled out. There's a lot of dark colors in here, so I thought I might. No, this one is not. Oh, well, I don't want to put these next to each other. So I'm just going to use this for my number 1. Brought fresh water over. We can start working on this. So what are we going to do? We are, yes, I remember. I'm just, I feel like dropping these in here feels like the right move. So number 3. Excuse me, Judith, do you need to get out? Yeah, she needs to get out. Sorry. I'm just gonna go for it. And I think I have kind of a, because I made it this one like that, I think I'm going to write 3 under here. That's why there is so much room, or so, I don't know yet. I'm just going for it, and I think that's important too. Sometimes planning, why is there so much cat hair already? Sometimes going for it just is the right thing to do. And I'm already noticing that I'm probably going to fall into the same trap, that I'm like, if I find something that works, then I'm going to do it the same way over and over again. I don't wanna though, so I need to not do that. But then also, if it's the same over and over again, it's an easy way to make things look cohesive, right? So done this, that's good. And then I thought I could just go around, outline it, and then put dots around the outline. But you know what this is? So if I do this, is there other things that I could do for an outline instead of always going like this with the 2? Do you know of any? I'm drawing a blank already. That's not good. Oh, I could do smaller, like so. That would be a thing. That could be a thing. See, now I feel like I'm shaking it up, but maybe I just never noticed before. I'm really curious to know if you notice that too, or if I'm just seeing ghosts. I have a question about London. I could have looked it up. I'm just realizing while I'm talking to you. So, they are in the book series that I read, which unfortunately my library has book 1 to 4 as an audiobook. I didn't even have to put them on hold. They were readily available. They're this backlist. But so I am wondering, what if I do this? They're talking about Grosvenor Square. And while I was listening to this, I never questioned it. But then it occurred to me, is Grosvenor Square spelled like this? So it sounds like this. But is it written like that? Do you know? As I said, I could look it up. And the problem that I'm having right now is that the book series is six series. The author is working on book 7, but my library only has book 1 through 4. And now I don't. Well, they do have the other ones for reading. I don't want to read. I want to listen to them. So now the question becomes, do I buy the audiobook? Or do I just wait? What if they never get it? Am I okay with just not listening to it? This now kind of looks like the girliest number 3 I have ever seen. I like it actually though. So I'm going to outline this again, and then I do think I need to write 3 underneath, because this is an odd shape, right? Okay. Yay! Do I like it? It's usable. I'm trying to be less like that person who has to have everything perfect. I'm not that, and so I need to accept exactly that. Oh, this is going to be very interesting. So, well, okay, so I listened to all 4 of those books in such a short amount of time. Well, that works, see? Just adding more to the circle. And then what if I blow on it? Nah. Is this better? Well, it does. I'm gonna write the 3. Am I using, I think I'm gonna use this. And I'm just going to write it in here. I don't know what I like better. Well, I do, I think, kind of. Did I talk about A Murder in Time already? So that's the first book of the series, and I really like it. I don't know why. I do. Oh, I could put, actually, let me. I like this. And then put some of those on here as well. Maybe I need to take this away though, so it doesn't get. I'm just experimenting. So, wow, is this empty yet? Almost, I think. Crazy. So I can't really use the number 1 anymore. So I need to just make another one. Gentle Pesh. Okay, number 1. Just gonna grab inside here and pull one out. How many are these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need 3 more. We'll figure it out when we get there. This is one of my favorites. Oop. Nope, this needs cleaning still. And then today I finished We Used to Live Here by Martin Cleaver. Okay, I'm gonna do a very skinny one. And this has been a very buzzy book, I believe, in the book community. And I don't know if I actually enjoyed it. I listened to the whole book, obviously. But, you know, there were, maybe it was too much for me. I also, this was I think it's called a thriller, and it felt too much in the, maybe a psycho thriller? I have no idea how they call it. I was super afraid that it would be turning into a ghost story as a solution for the things that were happening that were not easily explained. and I do not like that at all. Spoiler, it's not ghosts. But maybe that's the reason why I couldn't really enjoy it. Because it just... Maybe because I was hoping all the way through that it wasn't ghosts. So maybe that just didn't let me appreciate the actual story as much as I should have. I really can't tell you why I was so afraid it would be ghosts. But yeah, I just didn't... The tension that he wanted to build just didn't come. And so I am left like, okay, well, nice. I'm glad I listened to it because it could have worked for me, but for some reason it didn't. So that was that book. I think that's all the books I read. If you're a currently reading subscriber on Patreon, supporter on Patreon, I really loved the indie press list books that they had on their indie press list for March. I put all 5 of them on hold. That is something that doesn't happen too often. And so I'm looking forward. 2 of them were actually available right away. No, one of them was a second book in a series where we were told that we don't have to read the first book. And the first book was actually available from my library. So I decided, you know what? Let me start from the beginning. I'm not a monster. And so that's what I'm going to do. And then one of the other books was also available right away. Yeah, that's what I'm reading right now. And I've been reading quite a lot recently. And by reading, I mean listening to audiobooks. So usually what I do is I listen to audiobooks while I'm at work. Yes, I have a job where that works and it is allowed. And so I often get about maybe, I don't listen to it constantly because there are some things that I need 100% of my brain and not just maybe 60. So let's say I work 6 hours, so maybe I get 4, maybe 3.5 hours of listening time in every time I'm working. And then I have 30 minutes to work and 30 minutes from work, so that is another hour. And usually I have a mix of I'm listening to an audiobook, and then when I'm done, I'm catching up on podcasts, and then as kind of like a palate cleanser. But the A Murder in Time, I'm just gonna call it series, I listened constantly. I'm super behind on my YouTube watch list because I choose to listen to the books in the time that I have instead of watching YouTube, which is something that I don't normally do. So that's how much I enjoyed that series. I listened to those books while I was painting my room and things like that. Now, what else can I talk about? I don't think I'm gonna keep filming all the way through to number 10 because that's quite a lot and you've seen enough. I have some things that I still would like to talk about. Maybe I'll talk about them later, like next time. I should do that. Yes. Okay, so this is number 1. Oh, no, I need the card. You know what I'm feeling like? I'm feeling like this is emerging as the card that I want to pursue. And so I don't think I'm going to continue making these. What do you think? Yeah, I think that's how I'm going to do it moving forward. 1, 2. Yeah, I really like the way that these turn out. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. What do you think? Oh no, I hope I'm not smudging it. Well, actually, this is what it looks like. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Yes. This. I have decided. I'm glad that I tried the other version, even though it didn't turn out the way that this turned out. That's okay. Sometimes, man, there's still so much left. Maybe I'm just gonna put it in my D-stash box. I have a box that I'm just going to fill, and then I'm sending it to a random stranger. I don't know who yet, but yeah, okay. Maybe I'll do one more and see what's happening. And then the rest we will talk about, or we will look at 3, 4. I can use another dark color. Let's check what do we have here. This one is light. This one is super light. So I guess I'm gonna go for a dark. Oh, Cellar California. There is not a lot of ink left in here at all. And then I have Sumaura Seaside Blue. Sumaura. Is it Sumaura? Sumaura. Just gonna dump the rest of this in here. And then we're gonna be done here. Well, we are going to say goodbye. I am going to continue working on this because I need to, because I want to. What if, okay, I'm gonna do it this way this time. So I'm going to go around here. I'm in a really big journaling struggle thing right now. So that's something that I want to talk about next week. But I am not waiting for next week to solve the problem. I am working on solutions for my struggle, so I'm not, postponing talking about it and solving it. I'm just don't think I want to go into that right now because I'm trying things. So I'm working on trying what I can do to make it less struggly, but it could also mean that I'm gonna switch my journal. Maybe not. Sometimes it's like that saying when on the other side of the world a butterfly is flapping its wings and then there is a storm here. That's kind of sometimes what happens when I'm using my journals. On a whim, in the beginning of the year, I started a 2024 Hon in A6, Hobonichi Hon in A6 as just a writing journal. I needed to vent basically. But it's not just venting. It's just one page of journaling most days. And I'm just downloading what is occupying my brain at the end of the day. And that has become such an important and vital part of my journaling routine that I'm actually choosing what am I choosing? I'm actually choosing no, I'm going to do it this way. The writing journal, so the Hone, more than I'm choosing the creative journal. And part of the reason why I'm choosing the Hone is because that is old Sans and Tomoe. Old. It sounds so funny because Sans and Tomoe River paper is so new, but it's old Sans and Tomoe River paper. And yes, it's not the same as the actual really old, amazing Tomoe River paper, but it works for my fountain pens. I don't have any problems with it at all. Maybe it's not as great, but it works. Now, the Hobonichi Sans and paper, or actually all Sans and paper in 2025 planners, no matter the weight, not the 68 or the 52 GSM paper, is really bad. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you're not. In my ink journal, actually, I have not had any problems whatsoever. Oh, wait, the next page is going to be really bad. I have not had any problems whatsoever with that notebook. And it's thin paper and it's crinkly and it's just so nice. Same with the Hone. The creative journal that I'm using, which is a Take a Note A5, has 68 GSM Tomoe River paper, and I believe it is the Sanzen. Or 99% it is the Sanzen paper, because there is no other 68 GSM paper left, I believe. So now, and I had an incident on one of the pages where it completely just bled through. And I really enjoy using a fountain pen one of my rotation fountain pens to unload at the end of the day. And so that is something that I really want to do, but I'm not going to write the 2. Do I write 4? Maybe I'll just write 4 right here. And so I would love to combine the unloading and the creativity in one journal. The A6, however, is too small for that. And so now I'm like, okay, but can I use the Take a Note for that? Or, which I almost bought one already, should I switch to the Hobonichi Cousin Avec? I don't think that's a good idea, actually, because what if the paper is so crappy that I also can't use my fountain pens? I'm just going to dump this on here. What if that is, and what if you know what, let me rescue my stuff. Oh my gosh, I'm getting a headache because I blowed onto the paper. Let's put away this stuff. Okay, so I just dump in water. And there she fell off the chair. Okay, so that's what I'm thinking about. So what I'm trying is, and I said I wasn't going to talk about it, and here I am talking about it. So what I'm going to try is to do the thing that I am envisioning in my head in my take a note. And I did a currently inked for March in there just to see if any of my fountain pens would bleed through, and none of them did, which is fabulous to know. I think I need to wash my stuff. I'll be back. I'm gonna try that until it doesn't work anymore. Maybe I can show you. Ouch. So where's my home? It's right over here. Blah blah. She's always moving. So what I did was I started doing this. And then I started things that I want to put into my journal. And I would love to do this in here. So first of all, I decided I am not going to adhere to any of the dates anymore. What is happening is happening. Filling in the blank spaces here where I already have stuff is one of the things that I want to put on the back of my card set. But so then I skipped ahead because that's who I am. Because if I want to do daily logging like this is what I did yesterday. So I did a tiny bit of daily logging, I did some decoration, and then I wrote a little snippet with my fountain pen. And there's no bleed through here. There's also no bleed through here. There's like one tiny dot here. And nothing over here. So maybe that was just a fluke that I had. I'm not sure. So yeah. That is something that I want to work on, and I want to do that and film that next week. And now I think because I'm going to go on number 5, I'm just going to do number 5 here, and then we're going to end the video. So let's get this on here. But how am I going to do the number 5 now? Well, okay, if I ruin it, it's fine. I'm going to do this that way. Maybe you can guess what this is supposed to be. Obviously, because it's free draw, it's definitely not going to be perfect, but I actually didn't think it would turn out this good. Now the question is, do I want to do the frame? No, I am not going to do the frame just yet. I'm going to fill this in first and see how it looks. And then, yeah, if you have any ideas, I want to transfer some of the things. I want to, as usually with my journals, I want to be, even though, yeah, maybe I'll have gaps, I don't want to constantly backlog. I want to be on, if I have 20 minutes today, I want to document today. I want to journal about today. I want to do things to, or document, creative journal, things that I have on my mind today, not the things that I had on my mind yesterday. And if I have time, if I have more than 15 minutes, then I want to write down the things that were on my mind yesterday. So I want to be as current as I can. So now, do I need a frame for this? I think I do. But I also want to put splatters because that's such a juxtaposition to this very, well, no, it's still whimsical. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. Huh? No, do not.
Okay.
The question is, do I put 5 here? And if I do I write 5 with this right here, 5, and then do the, I should write, what if I mess it up? Then I just do it again. Okay, I don't like the 5 at the end. Ugh! But for consistency purposes, I'm just going to do this. I actually like it, even though I don't, but that's okay. All right, so I made the first 5. I hope I can just keep the momentum going and do the second 5 over the rest of the day. I still have some stuff that I want to do, so I need to stop for now. But I think I'm so glad I started it. I'm not going to put splatters here. Maybe on the number 6. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you again soon. I hope I inspired you to do something that you don't normally do. And if you're a subscriber to my Ko-fi, you will get some form of this in the near future. I am going to put up the free printable for this quarter over the course of the next week. So look out for that. If you're not subscribed, well, if you're a subscriber, then you won't get a printable of this specifically this quarter. This will come up next quarter. I'm giving myself a lot of space to create and work on the digitization of this, so that I can get it all done without stressing myself out. This was, to start this, was stressful enough, to be honest. And so, yeah. I hope to see you again soon. Until next time, bye.